Hey, my name is Chad. This video, we're going to do a little bit of work, get ready for my next PRS match, which is coming up in 7 days on Sunday here, the 12th, I believe. I have to actually look at the date. I just know it's the second Sunday of the month. But we need to do a few little things to get ready for this upcoming match. So first, I want to show off some of the bags that I showed in last week's video, where I went through like all of the bags that I've got. We need to do some slight modifications to some of these. And then I've also got my idea for getting my tripod. So I need to set this up so that I can pull off the big tripod that I've got on my rifle now, throw this smaller one on just to do the tire stages, since it has a smaller footprint and rubber feet and sits lower. I think that'll help quite a bit on the tire stage, but I need to make it a quick mount so I'm not messing around trying to run M-lock screws and all that stuff in between stages. Then we've also need to get installed the Send It level system from MDT. So I've got all the stuff to get this put on. I picked it up on Black Friday and it's February now. I've still not even put it on my rifle. So we're going to throw that on and see how that all gets set up. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so one thing when it comes to bags that is something that you need to consider before really putting them into use is how much they are like filled. So this bag here, you can see how stiff it is. Like I can't compress it any. So it makes a good sturdy bag, but that makes it so that it can't like flex and roll over different obstacles. So sometimes it's a good idea to take some of the fill out and allow the bag to kind of flow over something. So instead of being stiff on a corner there, it can kind of fold over it and get more of a steady platform built. So this first one we'll clean up real quick is the freezer bag from Creedmoor. It's a huge bag, but it is a very stiff bag right now. So what I found is the easiest thing is I just take a couple of Ziploc bags and I'll label them so I know what fill came out of which bag. And we'll see how good the fill pouch is. So you'll see we've got a little pouch here that stays velcroed down to keep all the fill inside. So when we're wanting to get it out, let's see, do they velcro at the bottom or the top? Okay, so the velcro is on the inner side of this. So we'll run our finger down inside here. Okay, now this will just pull out. Man, I actually like this one. That's a pretty nice fill spout there. So just going to open that guy up, and then I think I can make do without the funnel on this one. I'm just going to feed in here and see if we can get some of these beads out. Okay, so I got a few bits of this out, and as you can see, it's kind of got a little more flex to it, so it'll squish around hopefully a little better. This is the one I'm planning to keep as mostly a large bag to rest off of. So anyways, what you do after getting your fill yanked out or added back in, either way, you take your tube, fold it down, and then you're gonna have to get him tucked all the way back down inside here. Okay, so now that's sealed back up, and this one got kind of difficult, but I do have a little more flex on it. And this is how much I took out of it. Got the beads that originally came in it. You can see they're kind of little poly beads, so they're really lightweight, but they hold their shape well. Okay, now this plate bag. This guy is super heavy and filled with sand. So it's really close to how I want it, but I think I want to take just a little bit out so it can kind of spread out just a hair more and not be quite as rounded. but I'm afraid this one's going to be quite messy because it is all filled with a heavy sand material. And I remember when I got it in, the inside of the box had sand in it, so I'm sure this is filled pretty tightly. But let's see if we can do this without making a complete mess inside my house. We got some good Velcro. There we go. Okay, this one I should be able to just pour in. Okay, so you see this stuff? It is just, I don't know if it's some kind of special sand, but they call it a heavy sand. So some people will take this and those poly beads and make like a mix. I'm not sure how good that would actually work, because to me the heavy stuff would go to the bottom of the bag and the poly stuff would stay up at the top. So I don't know how effective that idea is, but it's an idea that some people do to try and save a little bit of weight but still have the heavy on the bottom of the bag so that they're able to get into a good position. So now in theory that should give me a little more flow so that when I go to set on something that's not a perfectly even surface like a table, I go on something here, I can kind of let it float over the corners a little bit better. One reason I got this is so that I can also run it with different bags if I wanted to, and also just without the bag and run it with just this plate. So if I wanted to have just a more wide base on the bottom of my rifle, in theory I could use just this plate and get a little bit different position built. So cool. Well, I think that gets all my bags situated a little better. Now we're going to take a quick look at this. So my idea is I want to be able to take this bipod and just slide it off. And I mean, you can see here, this is a considerably different size of bipod. So this one, really great, big, gets a wide footprint. This one I think will be better for the tire stages since it's such a smaller setup. My idea was to use this kinetic development group, rapid, like a M-lock thing. So you're supposed to be able to press it up into an M-lock slot and it'll hit that tab and kick out the lock that'll go into your M-lock. My MDT chassis has a thicker rail than like a normal AR. So if I go to try and attach this, you can hear it release those levers, but it pulls right back out. That's not going to work. Let's look at my other idea. So my backup plan is to use a Area 419 Arc-A-Lock clamp, and then I found this 4-piece Picatinny. So we'll just attach this to the clamp, and then I think that I can use this adapter and get it close enough that I will be able to at least be stable enough on a bipod. So this actually needed 5 Picatinny slots, but I'm pretty sure that I can tighten this down enough. If not, all I really need to do is like drill an extra hole. But this is a really cool thing. I'll just have to figure something else out to do with it. But as you can see, so this bipod is an M-lock bipod. So I've got this adapter that'll go M-lock mounting on the bottom and then Picatinny on the top. So I spent a lot of time looking all around the internet to try and find something that had a 5-slot Picatinny section that I could attach here. Didn't have any luck with that, but my thinking is that this is long enough. I don't have the equipment to drill another slot here, and I'm not going to need this opening. But I think if I can mount it with the front there, and then it's got enough material here that it will cover where all those bolt holes are, I should be able to make this work. I might be able to make this work by just cutting off a little bit of this piece right here and make it so that that screw can go through right there. But I don't know, just to see if this would hold. Let's throw it on and see what happens. Well, it'll mount up, deploy. So I'll get it out and test it, see if it'll hold the weight this afternoon, and then we'll kind of go from there. But it might work. Okay, so now this will be the next kind of fun part that I've got to get done. So MDT has started working with this deal. It's called a send it level. And what it'll do is light up green here in the middle or colors on the sides if you are canted off any. So it's supposed to be a faster way to pick it up as opposed to looking at it on a bubble level like this. So first thing, we'll obviously remove our standard one. So it says for the 4 screws that hold the ring to the scope, they want 18 inch-pounds. It comes with this piece of single slot Picatinny, and that's going to fit into the square groove that is on the mount. But if you need it higher, you've got 2 different risers. So these little guys can either stack together or use one individually, but if you want to get it a little bit taller, you can run it like that. So I went ahead and grabbed a little scope leveling kind of bubble here, right there. Okay, check it one more time. That's good. Since I'm going to not use any spacers, instructions say to use the smaller of the 4 assorted screws that they send with this. Let's drop our little Picatinny on here. And it says that that screw we're going to torque to 25. So I don't know if I showed this off, but this is the Real Avid torque driver. And so I'm there at 18. That'll get me at 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice big numbers on it. Indicator here, 10 to 70. So pretty cool. Okay. Oh, and the other cool thing about this, if you need a little more leverage, we got this little guy here. Pop him on, and then I like to use it like with my fingers here, and that'll give me a little better grip. We should be fairly level here. So now I think all we got to do is mount this guy up. Drop him on there and finger tighten it down. Boom, now we've got our send it level mounted, and I can still dope card moves like it needs to. Still got access, move my turret on my parallax easily, access everything I need to. So I'm happy with that position wise. Let's take a look at it on the other side. Okay, so this is what you'd see sitting behind the rifle. And we'll just turn this on. It's just got a knob here. So it shows that it thinks we're level. So we should be in good shape here. All right, now I'm gonna release my tripod. And we'll scooch it over here. So you can see it goes blue if I'm canted to one side. As I get closer, it'll start letting me know when I'm level. And if I go too far, boom. So pretty cool. It's a nice way to be quickly visually see that you're in the right position. See that green quite easily from when I'm down on the scope. So pretty cool. And you can adjust the brightness of it. So super bright and super dim. And there's a few other settings. You can adjust how sensitive it is. So right now it's at its standard setting. And that means that the green starts to move when it's 0.6 of a degree off. And then the outermost LED means you're at like 1.2. You can set it to where the first LED lights off if you're 0.2 degrees off, and then 0.4 degrees. So I'll run it at the standard setting, and if I think I need to make any adjustments, I can do so later. Okay, so we're going to add this in. I got a chance to run out to my range and do a little testing. I wanted to get an idea if the changes I made were going to be accurate or if they were going to need a few more tweaks so that I could work on it this evening and go back out to my range tomorrow on Monday and, test again, get some final information before I work all week and then have the match on next Sunday. So what I found out, where I had this set, it was just a little bit too low. So as the lights were on, and I was doing this like at dark, so I was just practicing dry fire, like setting up on a tree and trying to get stable and break shots. I could see this is definitely going to be helpful, but where the light is, my adjustment knob on my parallax is kind of right there covering it up. So we're going to add the little spacers here, and I think I'm going to use both of them, and that way it'll raise it up and get it just up over my turrets, and we should be good. So I'll throw that on, show you what it looks like. As I'm down here on the rifle looking through the scope, I can see that raise it up. It was sitting about, let's say that light was sitting about here. So we were just behind my little parallax wheel that lets me adjust parallax quickly. So as you can see now, I'll be able to just look up with my left eye and see if I'm on, and then we should be in pretty good shape. So this is definitely going to help out this year, and we'll test it out again tomorrow and check it at the match on Sunday. So I think that'll do it for this video. Between my bipod modification to make it work as a quick detach, my new send it level from LRA and MDT, and then taking some fill out of my bag so that they are going to be more moldable over the different obstacles, and hopefully let me get settled down and stay in position and more stable better than I have been. So that's my biggest thing that I'm trying to work on now, is just getting into position quickly, getting stable, settled, and then breaking my shots. I'm pretty confident that when I'm on target and I'm not moving around too much, I'm able to get my hits. So as long as I can keep improving on getting stable and getting stable quickly, I should keep getting better and better scores. Hey, if you could do me a favor, look right down there. Make sure you're subscribed. I want you to follow along, see how I do on these next couple of PRS matches, see what else I get up to here in my reloading room. You want to make sure you're subscribed. I will be setting up a monitor and separate computer in here, so we are going to be doing some live streams from right in here in the reloading room, where we'll be able to take a look at different aspects of the reloading process and have some group chats and discussions about different things. And if anybody wants to see anything specific, please let me know. I'm starting a list of ideas for live stream topics, so please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you'd want to see in a live stream. If you're interested in hopping on the panel, make sure, let me know so I can be sure and invite everybody that wants to hop on and hang out on the live stream with me. Thank you very much for watching this video on some changes I'm making to get ready for my upcoming PRS match. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.